afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, November 24th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will have a TFCC call tomorrow on this line, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go into some really in-depth understandings, really deep. It's time that we move into higher territory. There is the external draw for a lot of people at this time on this planet. There's a lot of showmanship going on. And it's a sleight of hand illusion. And it's worth stating again, the day on which we come to know the Supreme Consciousness within us, then the outside world will also appear to us like the expanse of the Supreme Consciousness. The whole will be a mirror to us when we become a mirror within. If we stand near a stone at that time, then we will be able to see ourselves even in the stone. This is a huge transition for any civilization at the level or of the understanding that this one is on this planet. But when we make the statement and share the understanding that we're everything, that's literal. That's not figuratively. And it is up to the civilization, it's up to mankind, each and every one of us, to either embrace that or continue on our flight to nowhere. Enlightenment is beyond positive or negative thinking. Running away from any problem only increases the distance from the solution. When ego is lost, limit is lost. When ego is lost, limit is lost. You become infinite, kind, and beautiful. When ego is lost, limit is lost. Yogi Bhajan. The ego acts a lot like an old coat hanger antenna hooked to your cable TV. The signal it receives is old-fashioned, outdated, and interferes with the crisp clear channel direct from the cable line underneath. Whenever we adjust the coat wire, the sound and picture quality can become fuzzy, confusing, or suddenly exceptionally clear. Then we create this pattern of readjusting our wire hanger, thinking it is the answer to a clear life, and never imagine for a moment that we can use the digital HD cable that has already been plugged in for years. It's truly magna-glorious when it happens to you that you simply stop wiggling your antenna and tune into your hard line of divine intelligence. The very second that you drop the adjustment habit, trying to control the mind and its quality of thoughts, you start listening on a deeper level to the great wisdom that is here beneath it all. The very moment we pull the plug on our thinking machine, the infinite soul that we naturally are becomes obvious, real, and apparent everywhere we go. We become present to the heart beating within us, the breath that brings us deeper sensations of peace, and realize the universe and its infinite playground exists everywhere. And as this hardline connection gets stronger, the inner quietness becomes more potent, and we can actually hear this personal angelic guidance as if it was radioed down from an intercom. The truth is our inner guidance is always blasting us with the most enlightening information we're most needing to know. It's just one question to ourselves. Are we listening? By practicing unplugging the thinking antenna and turning up the volume on listening dial, we slowly begin hearing it, and our lives attuned to a more enlightened way of being. When the mind becomes perfectly silent, everything inside instantly becomes crystal clear. We realize that all of our confusion, problems, and personal inadequacies were all being generated by this cheap old antenna. We constantly see and hear a full line of universal truths because we are free from our judgment filters. Every person we encounter becomes a spirit guide with a deep, important message about our life path insight that directly speaks personally to each of us. It's not that every single audible word coming out of everybody's mouth is a huge personal message from the divine meant just for you. Yet more often we practice listening, the easier it is to feel what life choices to make and clearly know where our soul is most wanting to go. In the stillness lies the greatest power. When consciousness becomes perfectly still, the illusion is perfectly understood because it is consciousness that is creating the illusion. Awaken the World film. In the stillness lies the greatest power. When consciousness becomes perfectly still, the illusion is perfectly understood because it is consciousness that is creating the illusion. This is one, I recommend that you practice this one simple technique as much as you can. Listen to what is listening. Listen to what is listening. Place your attention upon what is paying attention. Listen to what is listening. Place your attention upon that what is paying attention. Then, when you're in conversation with another person, use this extra highly perceptive awareness to go beyond the surface meaning of their words. Dive in between their word, beneath their egoic message. Tune into what their soul is trying to share with your soul. If God had a message for you today through this person, what would you most need to hear? Ask yourselves that. If God had a message for you today, right in this now, through this person, what would you most need to hear? This level of soul listening, soul listening means you're willing to hear a continuously positive message from the universe. The universal source in its perfection only delivers messages of love, healing, freedom, how to reach enlightenment. The message we receive may send us sailing through the high and the holy front door, or down the dark back basement door. Either passage, either passageway is given. The universe is always conspiring in our favor in an eager attempt to fulfill the most deepest and personal needs we have, yet may chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Unknown. How do you, each of us, develop the courage to fully be alive? Courage is mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. Courage is mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. Sometimes people will leave and leave a deep impression on others, prematurely, so to speak. In an instant where you may be young and a parent makes an enormous life change and commits ending of the body, leave the body prematurely. So they end the body. And they leave information behind. And they say that their financial situation, health, relationships, career circumstances were all sinking in a perpetual downward spiral and felt there was nothing that they could do to change this during the last few months of their lives. The witness remembers them pushing themselves harder and faster each day, trying not to sink further down the financial and emotional drain that they were in for years. And as the child or the young one listens to their parents speak super positive thoughts about their future, you could sense that deeper down that they weren't truly feeling relaxed about things or believing that they had the power to manifest their dreams. In order to create a deeper, more vulnerable perspective on life, the universe is designed to bring us into our fullest potentiality. It never gives us more or less than what we need to bring about our greatest enlightened state. It knows us intimately and delivers the exact perfect portions of success and challenge to force us beneath our head trip and discover the real gold inside our hearts. It is from receiving both the pleasant and the hard gifts that the universe offers that we become truly courageous beings who have the strength to create a reality, move energy into form, manifest an abundant, brilliant future that we desire, and discover our spiritual path along the way. And Helen Keller made that quote a long time ago, "I thank God for my handicaps, for through them I have found myself, my work, and my God." When you lose a loved one, whether natural occurrences or forced occurrences, some call it suicide, some call it, just aging, whatever, accidents, it teaches you amazing things. It's no different than when I lost my father when I was 13. It teaches you many things. You learn how deeply healing it is to be vulnerable and exposed, real and authentic about your own truth and raw experience of life. And I, and many others have discovered in their own ways that in this life, we don't get to choose who we love, why we love them, or how to avoid feeling pain when they have to leave us. You find that only through opening up into your own feelings, you can experience truly being alive. You realize that one negative feeling continuously repeated can dominate and destroy an entire life. I've understood the importance of having a childlike playfulness, not taking anything too seriously, and entertain the simple joy of being alive. I know now how to welcome the feeling of pain, honor its teaching, and then understand what it takes to let it go. I've discovered that we don't choose to be with and face our pain, we cannot honestly leap out of bed the next morning filled with real joy. It's been brought to my attention that this one life contains a huge bag of mixed experiences, which can sometimes feel like lying naked in a bed full of thorny, beautiful roses. It can be emotionally painful, physically uncomfortable, yet the closer we are to it, the more we can smell the sweet healing fragrance wafting through the air. Each day, as a suggestion, is simple. Each day, when you still have your family here, healthy and alive, is truly a precious time to be treasured. Learn how to love your friends and family, accepting them exactly as they are. Appreciate the unique bed of thorny roses you've been gifted, and know that if they are really annoying, you don't have to continue laying on them. This life is a school of learning to respect and honor ourselves. Enjoy each moment in the very precious and short time we have in these bodies. There is a very sacred and spiritual journey we are each on. And the more often we can see this and appreciate our lessons, the easier and juicier life becomes. Love without courage and wisdom is sentimentality. Love without courage and wisdom is sentimentality. Courage without love and wisdom is foolhardiness. Wisdom without love and courage is cowardice. The one who has love, courage, and wisdom moves the world. The one who has love, courage, and wisdom moves the world. Aman Hennessy. The courage to live life is not something we were born with. We enter this world with curiosity, innocence, and openness. We develop courage along the way. Courage is slowly grown within by overcoming each one of our anxieties, insecurities, and fears. Courage is like a muscle that we must build, grow, and mature as we experience life and age. If we don't permit courage to develop during our lifetimes, we will feel dominated and devoured by the world. There must be a willingness to be strong and vulnerable at the same time. It is in our flexibility and strength that we can hold our ground for the heart to fully open. It is only from an open heart that we reach the deepest, fearless resource of our being and can bask in the divine, enlightening energy of our soul. An interesting fact about the word courage is that it comes from the old French word courage, C-O-R-A-G-E, which means heart, innermost feelings, and inner strength. When we're in touch with our heart, we feel that we can undertake anything. Real courage is just like a beating heart that is strong, consistent, resilient, and yet also soft and squishy. A healthy heart is not hard, guarded, and tough as nails. A good heart loves life and recognizes that life is not a have-to, but a massive get-to. The heart is always giving us this opportunity to be alive, deeply alive, right now. So don't miss out on it. This life is an amazing experience that we all have been temporarily gifted to enjoy. It takes real mastery over one's mind to live a truly empowered and awesome life. And this level of mind mastery requires total transparency, which is the last place we would look to find courage. An open, vulnerable approach has the willingness to allow every micro-truth to shine through. And this unveiled nakedness is the great secret to developing the courage and strength that we need to travel through life's rough times when they arrive. When we have nothing to hide, we have nothing to lose. When we have nothing to hide, we have nothing to lose. It doesn't matter so much what the outcome is, as much as the exploration of love along the way. If you live long enough, it is guaranteed that one day you will need this transparent secret to finding unstoppable courage, so you may as well start practicing it now. You might have noticed that not all mankind that we meet are truly alive. It takes a very brave soul to be vulnerable enough to show up and live life fully. Many people pretend they are enjoying their time here. Yet when you gaze into their eyes, they look like and act like they are dead and sleepwalking through life, thinking themselves to be safe, free from pain, danger, or harm's way. They whittle away their time, feeling lazy and avoiding life's challenges, and you can see each potential reverent moment of their life slips through their fingers like water, and it feels like they wouldn't notice it or really care if everything suddenly was gone. And when we face our fears and we sit with our pain, we harness the simple energy inside to be ruthless with our fear, vibrantly creative in our approach, and enjoying the sweetness of being alive. We can then show up emotionally for others. We can be honest and open with our families. We can fully embrace the challenges, changes of our loved ones, and enjoy how easy everything flows and changes. And with courageous eyes, we can see how everyone and everything is our teacher. We harness the ability to be foolish and risky enough to really go for our dreams. We naturally start to invest our energy in visualizing an amazingly bright, flawless future and stop judging ourselves for whatever shortcomings we were told we had. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. Ambrose Redwood. One of the greatest accomplishments that any of us can make in a lifetime is to never take anyone or anything for granted. One of the most greatest accomplishments we can make in a lifetime is to never, ever, ever, ever take anyone or anything for granted. Our lives are always balancing on the edge of a thin dime, and everything can be taken away in a flash. And those of you who have experienced that know exactly what I'm talking about. It's essential to consistently practice appreciation for what we have and express this loving communication with everyone in our world. We must become appreciation experts, remaining positive and supportive with those we care deeply about and cherish. And when times are cold and dark for friends or family, it is our job to give them the best love we can give. We may not realize it now, yet the love that we share ends up being the same love we will have to give back to ourselves when our life feels like it's coming to an end. And during this precious life, we are all guaranteed the most outrageous climax when it's all over. We can enjoy the journey much more if we learn one small skill: to stop holding on to our past pain. The negative voices, arguments, criticisms, and fault-finding must be released if we are going to find emotionally neutral terms within ourselves. And to do this, we must practice grabbing hold of the reins of our mind and train it to obey our every wish and desire. We must show the mind that we are the boss and main authority in charge to be respected. And when the mind wanders down that deep, dark, lonely alley towards fear, we simply give it a little kick, and turn it up. Turn up the love and inner light inside our heart. Our mind is the designer and creator of our entire life, and only when it's focused in a positive, healthy direction are we then destined to create to reality, move energy into form, to manifest truly wonderful things. Observe and know that what you see is the wheel of a Maya. Maya, the mind, moving round and round, always changing, never stopping for a moment. Know this. Know that there can be no failure. Know this and understand that your emotions are but dancing chemicals of up and down, on and off, temporary and permanent. There is no failure if one lives in truth, simplicity, and love. Do not feel embarrassed, for you have not failed. You do not know the final outcome. Be in the present, in the now, in the moment. Live in the present. That is all one can do. Babaji. You may find really refreshing is that there is a natural healing mechanism installed in the software of our DNA, which pushes us in the direction of constant growth, healing, and survival. Our physical bodies are designed to automatically heal any cuts or bruises that we have. Our minds over time tend to naturally forget and diminish mental and emotional wounds from our past. Unless we tend to keep reenacting and playing out those negative emotional states, they will naturally heal on their own accord. When we are left alone out in nature in a safe, quiet environment without any media or social contact with society, taking in only healing positive information, eating only clean, raw, organic food, in a matter of 90 days or less, all of our mental, emotional, and even physical problems will all be gone. It is simply nature at work within our DNA, which knows how to naturally replenish, restore, and return the body-mind mechanism back to its natural state. It's like the tiny mustard seed already knows how to establish roots, grow up against gravity, reach towards the sun, and one day bear fruit and seeds for future generations. Our DNA was designed with this effortless program to heal our entire mind, body, organism. And since many of us cannot afford to pack up and leave our lives for several months at a time, we must perpetually think positively about ourselves, our lives, and our futures. You might hear this constant civil war inside ourselves in the form of an attempt to focus and refocus the mind in a positive, creative direction. Past subconscious wounding keeps bubbling up until it is healed. And we are all like sponges who are absorbing negative thinking patterns that we unknowingly don't see spewing from others around us. It is the law of the universe. Garbage in, garbage out. We cannot afford to dwell in any negative thought patterns, as they all will manifest somewhere in our health, in our relationships, or our finances. By simply bringing awareness to only having sacred, empowering, positive, healing thoughts perpetually flowing in, we must have sacred healing experiences coming out. When I look inside and I see that I am nothing, that is wisdom. And when I look outside and see that I am everything, that is love. And between these two, my life turns. Nisargadatta Maharishi. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is to relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. Only you, by practicing this simple process, master the body, master the mind, master the ego. Only you can do that for you. So you relax the body by understanding your intimate relationship with your own bodies. You then can afford and understand how they operate, how they work, how they relax, how they consume. Know them. Know your body, inside and out, head to toe. It will talk with you 24/7 if you allow it to and not ignore it. And in turn, you will come to its rescue every single time, as the universe comes to your rescue every single time. So head to toe, inside and out, no matter what you have magnetized to be attached to you in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, 50 years, doesn't matter. Let it go. If it's the past, it is gone. Do not carry it with you. And the future, which is not there, do not carry that with you. Only the now, in this very moment. So you relax your body. Shoulders drop, face drops, stress, tension, frustration drops, falls away. And then we move into the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have a past. The past is gone. We don't have a future. We haven't created it yet. We only have the now. Some of us get so seduced because we ignore the now that we live in the past. And eventually we create that past into a future that doesn't exist. And we relive the past in that future. Others, we spend most of our time wandering off into a future that doesn't exist. All along, the empowering and most understanding and freeing is the now. So we stay in the now, the space between heartbeats. It stills the mind. It stills the subconscious mind. It stills the ego. This allows you to begin to master the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. How do you stay in the now? Your breath. Your breath is how you stay in the now. And your breath is a lot more than just breath. It is divine, positive energy. It holds the God within it, and it affords you the spectacular experience in physical form. So you take this divine positive energy, your breath, and whenever you feel off or wandered off in thoughts, as we all do at times, none of us are exempt, you'll be able to identify this and say, I'm not in the now. I will focus on my breath, and then I will be in the now. As soon as you focus on your breath, you are in the now. This is what I do when I start wandering off with my thoughts. I focus on my breath. I don't care if I'm lying down going to sleep. Doesn't matter. It's whenever, wherever, I focus on my breath to stay in the now. And after a while, you're always mostly in the now. So we take our breath, our divine positive energy. We merge it with our God force, love, light energy, otherwise known as the chi, the ki, the prana. And in through our heart minds, motion pictures, which we're the directors, the producers, the choreographers, we are everything. We create these motion pictures in our heart mind. And we visualize, we see as we move this wonderful frequency through the center of our bodies in a relaxed state in the now. These are 7 colored wheels of light, energy vortexes, etherical communication points, and conduits to pure consciousness, to the astral plane, through all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, forever, and all the particles of existence, the God. These are crucial in our understanding in physical form. We start with the root chakra, the red wheel of light, the Muladhara. This is career, money mindset, and sense of belonging. This is about each and every single one of us. This is one of the celestial roadmaps for each of us. So these wheels of light, they have a flower in each one. Each flower is different. In the center of each flower is a geometrical shape. Each geometrical shape is different. The root chakra, the red wheel of light, represents our foundation and feeling of being in the now. It's at the base of the spine and tailbone area. Emotional issues are survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. So our physical association is the spine, rectum, legs, arms, and circulatory system. Then we have our sacral chakra, orange wheel of light, the Vadhisthana, sexuality and pleasure. It's our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's in our lower abdomen, 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Emotional issues, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical association is reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. Then we move to our yellow golden wheel of light, our solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Personal power and ability to channel. Our ability to be confident and in the flow of the now of our lives. Upper abdomen and the stomach area is where it's at. Emotional issues, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata. Love, relationships, and self-acceptance. This is our ability to love. It's the center of our chest, just above our hearts. Emotional issues are love, joy, and inner peace. This is all about you. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lung, circulatory system, immune system. Then we move to the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, self-expression. It's our ability to communicate. It's in our throat. Emotional issues are communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Physical association, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, vocal cords. Then we move to the third eye chakra, the Ajna, the indigo wheel of light. Intuition, sense of purpose and direction in this life. It is the third eye chakra. You can call it the brow chakra. It's in between the eyes. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Do you see the forest through the trees through the forest? Do you see both or none? It's emotional issues are intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, connection to the divine. This is the highest chakra, represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually to the God within, the pure consciousness, the soul, the higher self, the spirit. It's at the very top of our heads. Our emotional issues, inner and outer beauty, how we view ourselves, perceive ourselves, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss, the God, the pure consciousness. Physical association is pineal gland, brain and nervous system. So you watch this. We're all watching this. We're viewing it, and then it ends up at the top of our heads. And we hold it briefly. I am light. I am love. I am. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense it into pure, omnipotently powerful liquid energy. And then we release it over our pineal gland. Our pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness. The God, the astral plane, everything and everything, nothing and nothing. Now you can view the pineal gland any way you see in your heart-mind's motion picture. I see it as a green ball, a rosebud. And when I release this omnipotently powerful liquid energy, it explodes into a beautifully fully blossomed rose, eternal, multicolored petals of vibrance, a beautiful fragrance, and it is the connection to all things, to everything, to source. It's the gateway to everything and nothing beyond the astral plane, beyond, meta. We're also consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of the deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. We are merged. We are consciously aware of the body, the breath, the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind, the heart mind, the God, the pure consciousness, the love, the higher self, the spirit, the soul. All one. We are heaven, literally, on earth. Every single step each and every one of us take is paradise. Watch it expand itself as the collective consciousness of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This is what we're transforming this planet into. We are paradise. The planet is paradise. We are gods. The planet is a God planet. We will embrace this conscious awareness more and more every single second of our awareness. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We also have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundancia, the Christ light energy, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many more. The archangels and the ascended masters are both consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. The archangels are a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there. We interact with them all the time. We meet with them on occasion out of the clear blue. We don't necessarily identify them in the beginning, but then it hits us, it dawns on us from within our heart minds. That was an angel. That felt good. What was the message? Always messages, always teaching each other, always will. Many thousands can surround any one of us at any one time. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. 50, 60,000 can surround us. There's a reflection of the bliss that we are. The ascended masters, those are those who have ascended into body, mastered ascension into body, out of body, whole to God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into body, master body, create experiences within the body so that we can perfect our creations. Are we all part of each other? Are we the we archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes? Are we the ascended masters? Yes. Are they us? Yes. So we're compelled automatically to call upon all of the other facets and aspects of us, of all of us. So we call out to all light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of this circle of light, the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. They come in the Googleplexes. One Googleplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of Googleplexes in every direction, and they are with us now. We call upon all of the inhabitants, civilizations of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Garta, beneath Earth. Many, many, many species and civilizations, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in forming the circle of light. And they, in the billions, are with us now. We only can maintain the highest of divine love. It's the only way we are in this meditation. If you are of lower dark matter frequency, lower survival matter, you cannot be in this meditation. It's never been designed that way. So we call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. We're only familiar with a handful, barely familiar. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Trillions upon trillions travel throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with includes all the species and levels of the civilizations. It includes the good, the not so good, and the bad. And only those who maintain the highest vibrational frequency and harmony can be participants in this meditation. So we have the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Zeta Reticuli, the Feline. We have the Greys, Norns. We have the Draco, the Reptilian. We have the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. And many, many, many more. It would take literally months to name them all. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in the billions, they are with us now. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, across the board, all of us, at this harmony and this vibrational frequency. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us now in this meditation of forming the circle of light in the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, into the higher densities and frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. They come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, this meditation forming the circle of light and liberation. Now they come in the trillions in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which many we have never seen. And of course, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, this meditation of forming the circle of light. We're only familiar with a handful of them. Barely. That's the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. No such thing as fairy tales, only truth. And they, in the trillions, are with us now. We're all one. All of our gods, arm in arm, hand in hand, we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God, pure consciousness, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light. It is the divine perfection within us that is this light. And we pour it forth. And this is at the equator of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation. The light is so bright and brilliant, it grays out the darkness of space. And I should say the sacredness of space. It would take 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to even come close to its radiance. It is the love that we all are. And it saturates all of our brothers and sisters on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, in pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude, endlessly, eternally, washing, cleansing, lifting, energizing, ascending, elevating, into the deepest, the purest love and gratitude as this entire civilization is lifted into higher frequencies. Higher harmony. We begin to ascend above the planet, and as we do ascend, we're met with a gossamer field that's an ocean of glitter, little tiny reflective mirrors of brilliant, unending colors, all reflecting all of us together as one. All of us. Different facets, aspects, all teaching each other, all showing, all embracing. We are met immediately with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are met with the violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is the column that reminds all of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with divine perfection of deep, eternal love, light, energy, of that of which we all are, we are protected 24/7. Any external power, force, or authority cannot harm, cannot affect, cannot shift, cannot change, cannot influence, cannot seduce, cannot penetrate. Ever. Forever and ever. But only you have the power. Only you. That, if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, and this is involving fear, anguish, sorrow, pain, distrust, dishonesty, greed, manipulation, hate, anger, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralite substance instantly, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Vaporized. Poof. Then we're met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse, purify, harmonize, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our God, light, force, love, energy. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds us all that we are the sunsets. We are the sunrises. We are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain. We are the rainbows. We are the rivers, the oceans, the lakes, the streams, the creeks. We are the trees, the forest, all the animals, the sky, the clouds, the snow. We are everything. Now, some of us, as we continue to ascend above this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, it's meditation, it's liberation, step outside our physical form, if we're carrying physical form, and float effortlessly above it. As we do, we come across and see this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the tower, in the shaft, there is an oblong spherical image. In the center of it is a golden white, sparkling, harmony, vibrating, deep, eternal love wave. It's a mist, a warm mist. It saturates all of us perpetually. Surrounding it are several different vibrant colors, bands, rings, circles, all sending out their own variation of frequency, vibrational frequency of the warm mist that penetrates, saturates us head to toe, inside and out. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness,